and thank you for joining us for another video as part of our Discovering Aurora's True Nature virtual series. My name is Kristen and I am a naturalist with the Open Space and Natural Resources Division with the City of Aurora here in Colorado. Today we're going to be doing a couple really fun experiments with eggs. And if you take a look here, I've got a couple eggs to show you. This is an egg from a kestrel, which is the smallest falcon in North America. We've also got the teeny tiny hummingbird egg, very, very small. We have the bald eagle egg, much bigger, and even the very famous, hard to miss, blue robin's egg. Now these are all replicas, but we will be using actual eggs in just a moment to do a couple fun nature experiments that I hope you will be able to try at home. We'll be getting our science gear ready, and I'll join you in just a moment. All right, welcome to the Nature Center Experiment Station. We're going to be doing 2 experiments together in this video, and they both require very minimal supplies and are something that you can hopefully do at home. We do encourage some parental or elder guidance, so if you are a kid watching this video and you'd love to try some of these experiments, go ahead and snag one of the adults in your house so that you can try this safely at home. So our first experiment will require 2 eggs, one to be raw and the other to be hard-boiled. And we'll get to the details of that experiment in just a moment, but I want to just tell you a little bit about eggs before we get started. So eggs can be laid by a variety of animals, including chickens, birds, amphibians like a frog, reptiles like snakes, as well as fish, insects, and some animals even have eggs inside of them that hatch inside and then they give live birth. An example of that would be a shark, or even some rattlesnakes do that. So the rattlesnakes here in Aurora, Colorado do give live birth, though they have eggs inside of them. So rattlesnakes are super interesting. The baby that is born is live and slithers around, stays with its mom for about 7 to 10 days after it's born, and then at about the 2-week mark, it has its first shed, and that's when you see its famous rattle. So that is an example of an animal that is ovoviviparous, meaning they have eggs inside and they give live birth. Oviparous animals, like chickens, a lot of the raptors that live here, our frogs and fish, those are oviparous animals, and that is sort of what we're going to be using as an oviparous egg in our experiment. So these are not fertilized chicken eggs. And again, you'll need 1 raw egg and 1 boiled egg. And in this experiment, we're going to see how they react to being spun. So the raw egg and the boiled egg will react differently when they're spun because the center of gravity in each of those eggs is different. I'd like you to make a hypothesis or an educated guess at home as to what you think will happen when I spin the boiled egg versus when I spin the raw egg. So if you look at a picture of an egg, you can see that we've got the yolk, the egg white, the shell, the membrane as part of that. And when the egg is boiled, some of those components change a little bit. And it helps us determine which one's the boiled egg and which one is the raw egg. So again, make your hypothesis, your educated guess. And I'm going to go ahead and spin these eggs. So here's our first egg. Spins pretty well. And here's our second egg. Doesn't spin very well. I'll do that again. Our first egg will spin right off the table if I let it. And our second egg, no matter how hard I try, it just wiggles around. It doesn't really spin. I can tell you that this is our hard-boiled egg. Because it spins like this, we know that is the hard-boiled egg. This is our raw egg. Pretty interesting, huh? And that has to do with, again, the center of gravity between each of these eggs being different now that this one is hard-boiled. Go ahead and try this experiment at home, but I wanted to put in a quick reminder. If you find an egg on the ground, out in nature, or even if you find a baby bird out in nature this spring or summer, I encourage you to leave it just where it is. Go ahead and take a look at how beautiful the egg or the animal is from a safe distance, but again, leave it exactly where you found it. The mama bird or animal might be close by, still feeding that animal or caring for it. So I encourage you again to just leave eggs, baby birds, exactly where you find them this spring or summer if you were to come upon them. I'm going to get ready for our second experiment, which I must say is very, very interesting.